So now he's putting the rebar in. And so it goes right in that hole. Oh, we hit a rock.
I have a feeling this whole thing is a rock.
Hi everybody, this is Patty from Flower and Flower, and right now what you're seeing is my husband. He's bending the rebar for my dirt lockers, which I'm going to use in my garden area. And you ask, what is a dirt locker? Well, I'm about to show you. So what he has in his hand is a bender, a rebar bender, and we'll put a link in our description for that on Amazon. And what size is the rebar, Rob?
3/8.
So the rebar is 2 foot long rebar, and it's 3/8 inch thick. Okay.
So you can order these hooks on the Dirt Locker site, but it's probably a little cheaper to just, I mean, if you get the bar, if you're going to do a lot of them, get the bar, do your own rebar.
Okay, so these are a look at the dirt lockers, and this is a solution for a terraced, to terrace your garden if you're on a slope. And basically what you do is you curve them to the size that you want. You curve them, and then you use one of those J hooks there to secure them. And you can, connect multiple ones together so that you can, use them as planters on a slope. And what I'm planning on doing is terracing this whole slope area and using it for my vine crops. So right now he's making a chain of them. You just connect them and you set them where you want them. Yeah, so one thing that I wanted to show you is that when you're doing a terrace on your hill, these dirt lockers have another slot here in the center, and what you do is you can put this end right into that slot, and then that way it makes a cascading effect down the hill. And we'll be demonstrating that when we get to that point. So right now we're deciding how many dirt lockers we're going to chain together, and I think we're gonna do 5 for this side, and then we're gonna do another row, at least one row down, and then we're gonna do the same on this side. There it goes.
This next one goes into that.
So then the next one will go into the larger slot, the one that looks like a square, and then it goes in there. Yep, and now the next one is going to connect to this, I don't know if you can see, this hole right here. It goes into that one. Perfect. We're gradually going smaller.
So you could go larger, but then you'd have to put another rebar stick on it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is before it gets installed on the left side. So you can see we have 5 rows for this side of the hill. Okay, so now that we've got our dirt lockers configured for how they're going to go up on the slope, we're going to go ahead and rake this out, and then I'm going to put the weed blocker paper down, and then we're going to put the dirt lockers up, fill them with dirt, and then irrigate, and then plant. So we still have several steps left to go, but I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to switch over to that side, and then I'll take a after picture after we get it done. So here's the black weed block down on the hills, and here it is on the other side. And then the next step is we're going to start putting in the dirt lockers. Doing this. Okay, so we're installing the dirt lockers right now, and each one of these semicircles need to be about 2 foot wide. And you can see he's put the rebar in the corner on each one of these. And all you have to do is the top layer, unless you make the second layer come out further, and then you'd need one, you know, like, so say this were to come out beyond this one, you would need to have another hook on the end. But one layer of hooks if you're going to have a cascading effect, which is what I'm doing on this side. The other side I will be needing to put additional rebar in. So he's positioning it so that each locker is 2 foot in 2 foot wide, and then he's just hammering in the rebar, and it seems to be going pretty easy here. And then after he's done, once I get my dirt, I just fill these lockers up with dirt, and then I can put my plants in. And we're also going to have to do some irrigation, so we'll be putting the water system in, like a drip water. So it's pretty easy. I mean, this opposed to building walls is a lot easier and a lot less work on heavy work. And it actually will look nice once we get the mulch down and the dirt in it and the plants growing out of it. I think it's going to be really pretty. Okay, so here's a shot of how it looks. There's a lot of black shiny right now, but I'm gonna mulch it and put the dirt in. But this is how it looks, and just one row of rebar going all the way across the top. I mean, and then on this side we've laid out the black dirt lockers, and we're about to install them. And so, if you notice, we have one row, and then it goes in to here, and then it comes back out. So what I was saying is the ones that come back out, we will need to put another rebar on each side of it as they jut out beyond. So we'll need extra rebar on this one than we did on that one. All right, so we'll get started, and I'll take an after shot of it. Okay. So here we have it. We put the extra rebar in the ones that kind of jut out that are not cascading down. So there's an extra one to make it longer in this position. And then we have all the dirt lockers in place. Now just go back and repeat until they're all filled up. Okay, so I've actually put in 9 loads of dirt into my dirt lockers, and it's actually starting to rain, so it's gonna, I'm gonna go inside the house for until it stops. I don't think we're expecting a lot of rain, so I think it'll be fine. But you can see that the dirt is working nicely. I'm gonna, of course, have to flatten it out and get irrigation in here as well. But as the dirt lockers fill up, they kind of pull down, and there is a few little gaps, but it kind of holds it in once you put dirt in it. So also I'm going to be very shortly getting a load of mulch for a lot of areas. I've actually put this plastic down all over the place because the weed situation is just so intense here that I just can't keep going on the way I am, and so it has to. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this black wrap down weed block in all the areas that we don't plan on planting. And even if we do plan on planting, you just get a heat torch and you can put a hole in. But the weeds are so, there's so many of them that it's just always gonna be a problem unless I do something kind of radical. So I've actually put my entire front bank has black plastic all over it as well. And it is a huge lot, and there is a lot of black plastic. I'll just give you a little look that way, and then I'll come back this way, and it goes all the way up and around up that corner. So I've put down many yards of black paper, so I'm going to need lots and lots of mulch. So when I get that ordered and delivered, I'll show you what I do there. But anyways, things are coming along. I've got so there's the dirt lockers from this vantage point, and I'm just going to keep working, but the rain is kind of coming down, so I'm going to go ahead and go in for now and do something on the inside of the house. All right, bye. Hi, so back again. We finally have gotten all the dirt in the dirt lockers, and it was about a wheelbarrow per tier here, and it wasn't bad. It was pretty easy, actually. And then what we had to do is the next step was to get the irrigation going. So we already had a post right here, and what we did is we're using a drip system, so we kind of ran the water from the post to another hose, and then from the hose we teed it off, and then we ran a circle, with the 6-inch emitter tubes here, and we just actually just went all the way across, and we just kind of linked them all so that they all got water. And then on the next level down, we did the same thing with another pipe coming off of this 6-pronged pipe here. And so we just did each level, and we just went on down, just linking them, just chaining them. And we've already tested them, and they're all working. They all have water, and now we're going to plant the plants. And what I wanted, my vision is that last year I had all of my vining plants in my regular garden, and they grew so big and wild that they went all over my paths, and I couldn't walk through there. So I thought if I planted them up here and I just let them all run down the hill, that it would be a good way to go, and it would cover up this ground area, and it would be a good big space for them to expand and grow. So I have a variety of plants. I didn't quite buy enough, but I'll get some more plant starters later. But what I have is I have pumpkins and cucumbers and watermelons. I have some butternut squash. I bought some lemon cucumber and cantaloupe as well. And all of these pretty much will be vines, and they'll all get intertangled, which is fine. I'll just find them in the patch, but I think it's going to be cool. So we'll find out. We'll see how it goes. And now on this other side, we're kind of still on phase 1 of it, where we have just filled them with the dirt. The next step is going to be the water and then the planting. And actually, I put this weed block down just because we have such a huge problem with weeds, and it really works well. I'm going to eventually get some mulch to put down on the ground to keep it to make it look better. But anyways, that's where we are right now. And so far, the dirt lockers are holding in the dirt. There's a little bit of leakage here, but I think once they get saturated with more water, it'll make it more solid, the dirt more solid, and we shouldn't have dirt escaping out of the bottom like here. So but I think when it's wet, it'll be better. And when we get some mulch down here, I think that will also help to keep it in. But yeah, so this is how we're looking so far. And give them a look from up here. That's it. That's it for now.